After nearly 2,500 miles cycling from Los Angeles, California, on my way to New York City, I had arrived in Madison, Wisconsin with the help of 6 very different companions. The next leg of our journey was a short one, 175 miles to Chicago, Illinois. And after a rest in Madison, I'd found my next companion to take a seat.
In the final hour yesterday, we came up with a lady called Judith, who's blind, who works at the local Council for the Blind.
My name is Judith. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, which is where we're starting our little trip today. The last time I was on a tandem bike was probably maybe 15 years ago, so.
And how do you feel about this trip to Chicago?
It's exciting, maybe a little nervous because I don't know exactly what to expect.
Although we had had a visually impaired rider before, Judith was the first completely blind person to grace our front seat.
I was born prematurely, 3 pounds 2 ounces, and babies at that point need to be in incubators for respiratory reasons, and they didn't realize that a high percentage of oxygen damages retinas. So I had compromised retinas, and at the age of 12 was hit in the side of the face with a batted baseball, got a detached retina.
Years later, complications during eye surgery only made things worse.
It was probably 5 to 10 years that I could see light, had light perception, and then the sight slowly went away completely. So.
I was curious to know how Judith, having completely lost her sight, learned how to live in a new world.
I remember there were specific days when I felt negative, but then I also know that I usually kind of give myself a little pep talk or get mad at myself or mad at the world or whatever and say, okay, so let's do something about this, or, you know, I'm not going to sit in the corner the rest of my life because of this. There must be a way to figure it out, or if it's not something that I can deal with, then maybe it's not important and I can get rid of that.
But losing one's sight goes further than just making it difficult to get things done on a practical level.
It changed some relationships, like friends. Sure. I lost a couple friends, and it's kind of interesting to see who kind of steps up and is supportive and helpful, and who can't handle it. And
sure.
Yeah, it's a life-changing thing, and I'm sure it changes is kind of life-changing for the people around who you associate with too.
By the end of her first day, Judith had pedaled a full 50 miles east out of Madison on her way to Chicago, Illinois. Having not cycled for years, Judith was ready to camp for the night. After Judith's first 50-mile day on our journey from Madison, Wisconsin to Chicago, Illinois, she had proved herself as an enthusiastic companion.
Judith seemed to enjoy the night's camping. Didn't sleep very well because of the trains and cars. Not that they're very, very close, but I guess she's not used to it. She hasn't been camping in years and years.
Instead of sleeping, Judith defied belief by not only easily finding the tent door zippers, but breaking them too.
I'm destroying the tent. Do they just slip on, or?
I guess I buried it.
That's why, okay, there you go.
I do have a sweatshirt in
Oh, that's a really pretty.
Oh, this?
Your wash kit. You don't know about it, do you?
No, I have no idea what it looks like.
Has anyone ever told you what it looks like?
I don't think so.
On the second day of our journey, there was no denying that autumn had arrived. But Judith remained positive as we cycled through her childhood backyard. So, we've crossed the Illinois state line into your neck of the woods.
Into my birth state.
Whereabouts in the state were you born?
In Waukegan, which is in Lake County.
Okay, so not far away from where we'll arrive.
No.
That evening, in the suburbs of Chicago, a friend had kindly left her empty house at our disposal, saving us from another night under canvas.
So, moment of truth. Have they left it open or not? Message says, welcome. Call if you have any questions.
With only one day left on Judith's journey, it only seemed fair that since she had taken a seat in our world, we take a lesson in hers.
When I'm using this, I have to punch each dot in each cell that I need. Okay, so I'm gonna write an A, a B, a C, a D.
As Judith attempted to teach us the Braille alphabet, I quickly realized it would take more than just an evening to understand. The next morning, Judith saddled up for the last time to pedal the remaining 40 miles to downtown Chicago.
Let's go. Before we have to go to the bathroom again.
Unfortunately for Judith, our ride into the city was either bumpy or filled with traffic, or sometimes both. And then, just as the roads got a little nicer, we lost all contact with our support crew. We are so close to our goal. And in the final hour, we've lost the trail vehicle. I don't know the address of the hotel we're staying at. That's the thing I'm most concerned about. So we're just waiting for them. Meanwhile, somewhere else in Chicago,
We lost Judith and Dominic, and we're in downtown Chicago. We got caught up at some stoplights and they turned a corner and we couldn't find them anymore. So we've been looking for like 45 minutes for them.
the fact I didn't carry a cell phone meant I had to dredge up Nadia's number from my memory.
Okay, but just stay at Sheridan and Rogers and we're gonna come back to you. Okay, bye. Thank you. Okay, so apparently he does remember my telephone number. Very good. And he said he's at Sheridan and Rogers.
So, after an anxious wait, we were reunited for the last few miles into the heart of Chicago, which I described to Judith as we rolled into it. Yeah, downtown's spread out in front of us. Sand, beach, sandy beaches just here. Barely anyone's on them. It always seems like a bit of an epic getting in and out of cities. Because it is, I suppose. With Judith never flinching at the sound of the city, we arrived at our final destination, the Bean in Millennium Park. That's it. Judith, finished. This has been awesome. One of the strongest pedalers I've had, certainly. And fearless. Not sure I'd want to be on the front of that if I couldn't see, but she seemed to trust me, which is nice. And I think she enjoyed it. The next morning in downtown Chicago, our next companion and her husband met us at Buckingham Fountain for the next leg of our journey to Cleveland, Ohio.
I'm Diane Jones from Barrington, Illinois, and I have a peripheral neuropathy, so I'm not able to ride a single bike anymore and haven't been for about 5 years.
Peripheral neuropathy is a disorder that affects the nervous transmission of information throughout the body, often causing loss of sensation and an inability to control muscles.
Walking is probably the biggest problem that I experience day to day because I have no balance. So as long as I'm holding on to something or can touch something, I'm all right, and people really don't notice very much.
And because of her balance issue, she wanted to bring her husband Doug along, literally for a hand to hold.
Yeah, it's nice because you hold my arm now. It's actually, people think that we're close and a loving couple.
Because Diane's condition that had been affecting her for 10 years is so hard to see, I wasted no time finding out more about her neuropathy.
The doctors describe it as an idiopathic sensory peripheral neuropathy. And idiopathic is they don't know the cause.
Leaving Chicago and the safety of its bike paths behind us, we headed into the gritty city of Gary, Indiana. We're just getting quite close to Gary, Indiana, which is supposed to be one of the most run-down places in the country, I think. But so far, it's not too bad.
I am scared. This is a little different, but we are 3 miles from Gary, Indiana, and the bicycling conditions are becoming increasingly more sketchy. So I'm trying not to leave my med hanging.
It's probably the least nice entry into any state we've had, but it's all right. In 2006, Gary was ranked 10th most dangerous city in the United States. Perhaps nothing had changed since then, but we met the Black Pistons, the burliest of chaperones.
Anytime you want in Lake Station, honey, I'm being dead serious. I can get as many bikes as you need escorts to make sure you're safe.
Maybe 2 miles away from the hotel, and we met the king of the neighborhood here, who's absolutely insistent that him and the rest of the Black Pistons, his motorbike club, escorts us to some kind of a motel.
I feel very fortunate that we were allowed to do this ride and that we met these great guys.
What can I say? Black Pistons is a motorcycle club affiliated with the Outlaws. You guys are in my territory. This is my area. I am the head guy in this area. I wouldn't be riding one of those. We get a bad rap, you know, TV, everything else. Do we do our thing? Yeah. We don't take no shit off nobody.
No one can touch us in Gary, Indiana now. No one. I'm not sure whether cyclists and bikers have ever joined forces to block traffic so successfully. And we rolled together until they thought it safe to leave us. The following day, Indiana showed its prettier face as we pedaled on into the countryside towards Ohio. Diane had admitted that she didn't like the idea of camping. We'd stayed at a motel the first night, and on the second, she had a strategically placed vacation rental. Later that night, I too became grateful we had a roof over our heads. It's getting a little bit wild out here. But it doesn't really matter, because we're inside eating.
Dominic, could you bring the butter?
We're getting quite close to New York. Probably 600 or 700 miles away, which sounds like a long way, but we're getting there. It's gonna get colder and wetter. As well as me not enjoying it, I don't think any of our future companions are gonna enjoy a rainy journey very much. Oh, there's still some serious lightning out there.
After 2 days of our journey from Chicago, Illinois to Cleveland, Ohio, Diane and I set out from her vacation rental. The storm clouds had disappeared, and we progressed quickly over 50 miles to our first campsite. Diane was not looking forward to a night under canvas.
Is it or is it not true, Diane, that you want to avoid camping at all costs?
Well, I don't know at all costs, but If there's any other possibility, yes, I would rather do something else.
Partly due to a tight budget, and partly because I'm a bit stubborn, there was no other choice. Diane would be subjected to a night of camping.
3 miles or 4 miles to go until Diane's first camping experience.
Great.
Diane and Nadia have gone in to the supermarket, I think, to make Diane's first camping experience on this trip a bit more pleasurable with a bottle of wine or something. By the time they get back, the fire should be ready for steak and sweet potato.
Diane made me think that the success of this leg depended solely on whether she could stomach a few nights of camping. Thanks to our fine dining efforts, that first night seemed to be going okay.
I think we might have succeeded in giving a positive, a sort of fairly upbeat camping experience for Diane on her first night camping with us. Half a bottle of red wine and a T-bone steak should do that for anyone, I think. We'll see in the morning.
Unfortunately, the meal wasn't enough to assure a good night's rest for my companion.
Well, I don't think I slept at all. Now, Doug told me that I did sleep, but I don't think I did. It was like sleeping in the middle of an express highway, and I want to try to get us out of here as soon as humanly possible.
So, rather than force Diane to eat breakfast at camp, we headed out into the historical-feeling Amish country in search of food. Fortunately, after a few miles, we found a classy-looking establishment in which to eat.
Now, this is my idea of camping.
Back on the road, as well as the horse-drawn traffic, we found some like-minded adventurers. Through local press, they had heard about our journey. And for a little while that day, we traveled together until our routes diverged and we were on our own again.
It's hard every day to think that, can the next day be better? And the time is going so quickly. I think we're halfway done.
By the fifth morning, we were midway between Chicago and Cleveland, and Diane's second night camping was better than the first, thanks to the tranquility of the forest.
We got up so much earlier this morning, which is great. Diane seems to be doing pretty good. I think she slept a bit better today as well, which is always a bonus.
After a promising start, the day just got better, with the wind pushing us helpfully east into Ohio. The conditions were so favorable, we decided to push on further than we'd originally planned, to the shores of Lake Erie.
Never in the history of cycling has a favorable tailwind stayed for so long.
We have flown. And we only have 6 more miles to go.
We're coming to the end of what was actually quite a long day in mileages. It's the longest day you guys have done on the bike, I think. And I'm hoping this park that we're going to find is going to be nothing short of perfection. Camping perfection.
After an 85-mile day, the golden sunset over Lake Erie was perhaps enough to change Diane's feelings about camping.
This could even change my opinion of camping. This is heavenly. It's wonderful.
In the next episode, Diane and her husband finished their journey into Cleveland, Ohio.
Everything has really gone so well. It seems like it's going to be strange to go home.
Plus, I meet my second-to-last companion, a former U.S. Marine who was the first rider in need of medical attention.
All plugged in. How's your morphine feeling?
Not so much pain. It's noticeable, but it's not as intense, shall I say.